Welcome back, everyone, from the break. We're back with game number 2 now of your grand finals here, as we have Blue Eyes on the Legion side, currently leading Devil Gang over on the Hellborn side, 1-0. I'm once again your main shoutcaster, What You Got, and I will be rejoined for another one here by Begrit. Thanks for coming back and tolerating me, Begrit. I hope you're having a great day casting with me, and what do you think so far?
Good. Yeah, it's interesting picks, interesting plays. Bit surprised about how even it was, even though huge mistakes were made. But I think they played it very, very nicely on the Hellborn side. Took advantage of the Thunderbringer. They rounded up the match pretty well. So props to them.
Yeah, that was a position 4 Thunderbringer, by the way. Still able to kind of get a lot of work done for his team with the global presence there. And, just constantly scouting the Fade, I think, causing a lot of issues there in game number 1. But do you think we'll see, some kind of a strategy change here from the two teams in game 2?
I have no idea, but I would hope so. But is he Hellbringer? Was he banned last game? I cannot recall. But
I don't think he was, so that would be a new one as far as the game swap here goes, which again means, we got some heroes on the board that maybe the two teams are eyeing. Whether it's they want to ban them or try to sneak them into their lineups is the question. But they continue with banning the Tundra and the Pestilence, so clearly these are heroes that they are not too happy to face and don't want to see, at least in this case, Devil Gang get their hands on either one of those as they have the first pick. But the Bushwhack, I think, is a pretty straightforward ban. I want to get your take. Do you feel like Bushwhack is still that S tier carry that he was pre-patch, or do you think he's gotten some sizable nerfs to his kit and he's not that godlike hero anymore? I don't know if you've gotten to see him or play him yourself, because I haven't really been playing too much.
No, not too much. I haven't really touched the new patch much at all, but I have read it. No, what do you think though? I honestly don't know what to expect.
I have no idea. I think the hero is definitely toned down a bit, but I think he still does a lot of the same stuff. But not killing Kongor by himself is probably a big one. I think he's a little easier to fight back now because he doesn't make you miss when he darts you. But also he deals a little bit less damage with the trip going down on the spike dart. I will say, I don't think he's a dead hero or that bad. So, for them to still be blind banning him probably suggests that they recognize he's still a powerful option. But what is not going to get banned out is the Soul Reaper. To get some tiny nerfs in this patch, but still clearly feeling viable for a first pick. Maybe because he has purple border Soul Reaper on the captain slot there. You think that could be the deal maker?
Yeah, that was the ban last game, right? So that's an adjustment.
Yep. Deadwood and Vindicator, so Devil Gang had the Vindicator last game. Obviously, that didn't work out for them. Blue Eyes picks it up here. You think they're going to say, hey, we'll show you how to play some Vindicator in game number 2?
I mean, probably. Looking how they utilize the Thunderbringer, I'm pretty sure they know exactly how to utilize Vindicator. But I'm surprised that the Vindicator makes it through to begin with. That was a very early refresher. Could have even been earlier than it was, but I would expect to see that we will probably have a very early refresher or this game as well.
So Deadwood was first picked by Blue Eyes. Now this hero got a couple of little small niche buffs in the patch. I'll just quickly go over them with you. He got 2 more intelligence at the start. His grasp went from a 1.35 impact time to 1.15, which makes it easier to land. And he's got less cast time on the uproot when he picks up the tree, and cast time. And then his Willowmaker had a range increase from 150 to 200, so he can give you that falcon punch, as we like to call it, from 50 range further. Do you think that all these changes combined put Deadwood into a more like suitable position? Because now they valued to pick him first here. We haven't really been seeing a whole lot of Deadwood the last like few years in HoN. I want to get your take on the Deadwood.
Yeah, we mostly have seen him in like more less farm priority roles, right? For position maybe. Yeah, like he's good. He can play a decent mid. Even now, I think before the last patch, but he definitely had some issues for sure. This might be a little bit too much, I think, but we'll see how he fares.
By too much, you mean?
I mean, I think all of the abilities are tuned almost more than the clear cutting, right? So
Yeah.
so let's see.
So you think he might go mid? Is that what your prediction is? I was under the impression he'll either play like 3 or 4. So he'll either go long lane as a supporter or a farmer.
Well, I think he would probably do best as a long laner, at least first picked, because he can get very countered in the mid lane, but we will see.
Yeah. Okay. So Pearl and Magnus come out after the Soul Reaper. Pearl plus Soul Reaper is a very, I would say, popular like lane combo. So they might run the Soul Reaper carry, and it's a pretty hard lane to kill with having so many heals and defensive tools. Now they have the Magnus, which will probably be like that position 4 roamer from the long lane. We'll probably want to stick some escape hero with him or some hard to kill hero. And Blue Eyes picks up the Lodestone, which will probably be their position 3, I would have to guess. They go with a Bensington. So Bensington with the Vindicator. They got some global presence there to kind of catch Devil Gang off guard, perhaps, in some engagements. I will say though, from looking at this Blue Eyes draft, if I'm Devil Gang, I would just pick some more team fighters and just kind of run the 5-man. You know, like don't let them gank us. Don't let them disrupt us with the Nightfall. That would be my take. But what do you think? You think like they can just go ahead and pick kind of whatever? So they pick up an Emerald Warden. So maybe I should instead ask you your take on that pick.
Did he get any changes this patch?
I do not believe so.
I mean, he can work out. You know, we talked about it last game. Frostwolf pickup. Oh wow.
Drunken Master. Okay, so I do feel like they needed another core at least.
Oh, but this is a very mid-game oriented lineup, so it can work out with the Soul Reaper. But
yeah, it looks like Drunken will probably be mid and then Emerald Magnus bottom, I would have to guess.
Lord Selphorus.
Ah, that's a hero we haven't seen a whole lot of on the SCAC, the Selphorus, and I've been kind of surprised by that actually, because this hero just feels like he'd be great in their metagame, which is like a lot of fighting. He scales pretty well like throughout the game. You know, he can always go and take stacks, although that's not necessarily always the priority of the two teams, but you know, you can still do that. So, all right, we got the two lineups. What do you think? Who's going to take game 2?
This is even more confusing than the first game, I think. But
really, why is that?
I'm interested though. Like in this Emerald Warden, how will it fare together with the Drunken?
Okay.
Or actually, it's going with Magnus most likely, right?
This could be a roaming Lodestone, by the way, and I think it was Blue Eyes that we saw on Saturday. They played a really good roaming Lodestone. He played, so instead of a position 3 Lodestone, they run it on 4, and he just sets up ganks, and they'll have the Deadwood for the long lane. So we'll see if Lodestone can have a lot of impact this game. As he picks up the Marchers, he's just going to be moving around a lot. Looks like they are going to be... They should be laning the way I expected, which is Emerald and Magnus bottom. Probably putting the farm on the Emerald, and then Pearl might be staying down here for a tri-lane, and then they'll just let Soul Reaper 1v1 the Deadwood. Yeah, let's do a quick sync up before we get any further. So I am at 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12.
Yep,
You good,
I'm good.
Bagret? Okay. All right, so creeps are about to spawn here in a few seconds. Looks like we're going to have our first tri-lane of the series. And both sides kind of feeling like they're going to do something similar, I guess, because we got Vindicator, Bensington, and the Lodestone with the boots down here. And so what do you think about the two tri-lanes? Like, does one side have a clear advantage, or is it quite pretty even?
Well, they have a much higher range on with the Lodestone and the Bensington, but the Pearl can probably neglect a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's who gets the jump, honestly.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of more easily bursty targets, I would say, on Hellborn. They have the Emerald and the Pearl, which are a bit easier to kill. So I would say this Hellborn tri-lane is a bit more level dependent. You're gonna go in on the
Here we
Emerald
go.
Warden here, and this could be the Bloodlust final, or the book is down. Emerald Warden's holding her ground though, but you do have Marchers on the Lodestone. Is Bensington gonna go down first? Golden Apple comes out, and he will survive. Vindicator now pushing forward on the Magnus, who has Steam Bath down for 3 more seconds. 2, 1, and he will fall. It is a 2-0 tri-lane swing coming out for Blue Eyes, and Devil Yang is already not looking too good here in game 2. They need to get some momentum going sooner rather than later. We'll see if Bensington maybe, does he want to deny himself, or does he want to just stay here with low life? Silence comes out from Vindicator. He'll be alright. So we do have, that means we do have 2 1 versus 1 matchups in the other lanes. So what do you think about Drunken Master versus Salforus 1v1?
It's a field day for Salforus, most likely.
Field day for
Same thing.
Salforus?
Same thing up top, but who knows? There's potential at level 6 for both Deadwood and Drunken.
Soul Reaper is 9-3 against a 5-0 Deadwood, so Soul Reaper winning the top lane early on, and Salforus winning the mid lane early on. Okay, I think that's quite reasonable. Alright, so the tri-lane has slowed down a little bit, perhaps due to the Hellborn side having a bit of lane control next to their tower.
Yeah, but we saw Pearl went to pull, right, and then they just go on Emerald Warden, and not much to do. But they almost counter-killed the Bensington, so if Pearl is there when they make this jump, then it's a different story.
Mm-hmm. Benzi's only on 6 creep kills, and the Emerald Warden's on 12-3, so they're doing a much better job, even though they gave up the kills. They're controlling the creep farm a lot better. Indicator has the Marchers though, saying hello to Magnus there on the side. Oh, they want to go here. Indicator's going to throw down the Silence, gets Bensington in range for a stun. Lodestone comes in, Trap is down on Vindicator. Emerald Warden will go down first. Vindicator's still tanky enough to hold his ground. Magnus does have Surge down for 3 more seconds. Revward comes down though, very heads up Revward coming in from Lodestone. And they end up getting another 2 kills. And Pearl continues to be the sole survivor of the tri-lane down here. It's a 4-0 start for Blue Eyes.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised about no World Bubble on the Pearl. But
yeah, perhaps. Going for the Soothing Presence and the Asphyxia. I wouldn't say that's necessarily bad either. The Soothing Presence is quite strong to level up in the tri-lane. But perhaps missing out on some potential disruption with the World Bubble not being skilled.
I think he can put a stop to that kill attempt immediately if he just gets them out of there. But
Lodestone picked up a bottle, by the way, and he snags the regen rune away from the Hellborn side. Rotten Grasp comes in. Drunken will jump into it, but now Lodestone's in some trouble. Soul Reaper's here.
oh, he got Rocket Drill.
He got
Oy, oy, oy.
sent in the air. The 3-point strike comes in. Clutch timing there. Lodestone was almost able to make the escape. So yeah, roaming Lodestone was 3-0. Now it's 3-1. It's probably not something you're used to seeing, but you like the roaming Lodestone from what you've seen so far?
I mean, he has early damage with the head smash, and he has a long range stun, so of course he can make stuff happen easily in lane, so not the worst.
Alright, we're approaching 5 minutes here, and we have a 600 gold lead for Blue Eyes. Again, very negligible at this point. Magnus currently in the area, but I gotta be honest with you, I don't know if they can kill the Self-Forest. They're even bringing Pearl here,
Bottom lane.
which means they're giving up on the tri-lane bottom. Emerald Warden in no man's land, even in her tower, she's, you know, playing pretty safe to say the least, but still the catch, the long range stuns from the side of Blue Eyes, catching her out of position. But mid lane, Self-Forest in some trouble. He does get caught eventually, and he is doing so much damage. 1 versus 3. He takes out Toffee, and he is maybe gonna survive. Lava Surge, is he gonna reach him in time? And almost denies himself to Kongor, but good job there from Bojim. He gets 1 kill in a bad situation, as Drunken Master just took the brunt of all that damage. That's the power of Self-Forest, man. 1 versus 3, still picks up a kill.
Yeah, a few stacks for him to go clear in the jungle as well. So would expect that to be the case. I think it's the Doctor play, right? From last game, so.
Yes. And I tell you, if he was able to get that denied to Kongor, that would have been huge. They're making an attempt on his life once again. Emerald Warden this time coming here. Yeah, Devil Gang's finding themselves in a little bit of a pickle because they've given up on the bot lane completely now. And they're kind of allocating a lot of resources into this mid lane where the Self-Forest is already having a fantastic time. And he's going to continue that, which you pointed out with the jungle stacks being ready for him. He triple up this medium camp now and then take that and get level 9. So even though he's feeling the pressure, Nightfall's coming in top lane. Willowmaker hits the Soul Reaper. This should be a kill. There comes the Lance along, following up the Joust. 2 ultimates used for the Soul Reaper. And bring him down for the first time this game.
Magnus Drunken might get the win here.
Yeah, Vindicator. I don't know if he can get his book out in time. He does. He stops the combo coming in from the Drunken. He's trying to send him in the air. Uses the lunge there. And he will bring him down.
They want more.
They actually spot the Bensington, and he tries to joust to safety, but runs into Pearl. Finds himself a triplet of enemies, gets sent in the air. Drunken Master with the haste rune. Applying so much pressure here. The ports come in, but...
Nighttime!
Sorry? What did I miss?
They totally was chasing no one at all, but they couldn't see.
Oh, okay. I was a bit confused for a sec. We're gonna have a clash at the top rune here. Lodestone goes in onto the Drunken Master with Self-Forest. Undying is applied. Shouldn't be enough damage for a kill, but they will get the rune on the Magnus picked up nonetheless. Drunken Master will port to base. It should be fine. It's got the vestments.
Yeah, they were chasing rabbits.
Deadwood getting some heavy pressure from the Soul Reaper here. Needs to be careful because there is a demonic execution ready to go. Magnus comes in with a stun. Does use the eruption. I don't know if that was even necessary because Soul Reaper was ready to go. And they should be able to secure this tier 1 tower. We'll see if Blue Eyes defends it. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Glyph comes out, trying to stall some pressure from the Bensington and Vindicator. Nightfall's up, by the way, in 5 seconds, so if they want to hold this tower in the top lane, I would say it's very possible. But before that happens, Bensington's got to stay alive because Magnus comes in with a stun into a trap. Final chapter gonna save Bensington's life, gets him the joust to safety. Vindicator going for the TP in the trees. Can he juke? Preservation! No, he doesn't see him in time. Could have stopped the TP, but didn't see him. And Bensington's coming back with the Nightfall. He's here. He gets silenced up by the Warden, dodges the trap, throws in the joust. They take out the Pearl. And now Bensington is probably going to fall here. Can they get the counter kill on the Warden? There's the more Certissima nuke. Drunken Master here tries to line up a 3-point strike. He does. Sulfuras though, tanky baby. He's holding his ground. Magnus coming in, trying to get in range for another Lava Surge. And Vindicator, he's making his way over. Drunken Master might be able to catch him though. Has no mana for the lunge currently. And it looks like that will be that. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, Deadwood and Lodestone were chasing the Soul Reaper, but it's Soul Reaper who gets the last laugh, as it's going to end up just taking out the Lodestone without even needing his ultimate. Just
Yeah, he didn't have the ulti.
That was just some judgments, perhaps, and ends up taking him out. I'm a bit confused because he's like full life and everything, so not sure exactly what happened up there, but pretty big fight happened in the bot lane, so we have a 9-7 lead now. So Devil Gang has gotten a couple of kills. But the golden XP lead is it's in the 2 digits. It's 40 gold and 23 experience right now. Can't ask for much of a closer game at 10:30 into the match. GPM charts also kind of reflecting that. It looks more or less identical, with the mid and carries both between 440 and 500. The rest of the supporting cast down below. Top lane, we have a Rotten Grasp into Willowmaker, takes out the Pearl. Undying is applied on the Soul Reaper. He is going to fall. Sulfuras now pushing forward for the Magnus, but he has a surge to get to his tower. And off in the background, we have Deadwood getting caught out by the Drunken Master, who's trying to hold this ground and get another kill. But he's on the run, actually. Final chapter comes out, cancels the eruption. And it will conclude with Sulfuras picking up the serial killer streak. So that was, I believe, 3 for 1 favoring Blue Eyes. You can correct me if I'm wrong there.
I think that's correct. No Nightfall used either, so...
Oh, Magnus, he's trying to line up an engagement here for his team, is porting in. Certissima almost takes him out. Vindicator goes for the TP, and in the bot lane, Bensington was able to take out the tier 1 tower. Deadwood goes for the Lex Talionis into Steam Boots. That's got 3 charges on it now, on the Lex. It has a charge system. Gets trapped up here by the Warden. Can't get out of that one, he'll fall. And good pressure starting that off from the Drunken Master. We'll say a lot of back and forth so far in this one. TP's coming in. Top lane. Soul Reaper gets hit with an Undying. He needs to run. 2-man Lava Surge. Nightfall comes in the background. Doesn't hit a target. He's thinking about going back, and he goes in on the Pearl. Lowstone, by the way, chasing the Magnus. Don't know if he'll be able to catch him, but it is Pearl who's going to fall. Looks like she couldn't get her Astrolabe off in time or had no mana. Sulfuras with a Barrier Rattle. He's tanky. He's trying to do everything he can to keep the fight going with Bensington, who lines up a joust on the Drunken Master. Gets hit with a heal from Soul Reaper. It's not going to be enough. He will fall. Now Soul Reaper all of a sudden is by himself. Emerald Warden has fallen, and they have another joust coming up in 5 more seconds. This should be a dive, as there is going to be a TP coming in, maybe to prevent the dive. So good timing there by the Magnus to force them to fall back, because Soul Reaper could have been in a lot of trouble. But he might still be in trouble. Joust gonna miss though. That could mean Bensington falling. Tower pressure comes in. Pearl jumps in. As Sulfuras is tanky, and Willowmaker takes out Pearl. She's just getting punched all over the place this game. Taking the brunt of those Willowmakers. I know Paradise is probably loving this. He's a big Deadwood fan. Very silently probably smiling while he's microing the camera for us, but... Yep, the Lex Leonis is now level 4. And how many charges does that have now? Do you know, Begrit? Does that go up to, is it 5 or 10?
More than I know.
It's okay, max of 10 charges. Yeah. So every time he gets a kill involvement, he's bumping up that Lex Talionis power. Okay. Trap comes down at the top river. Undying again on the Emerald Warden this time. Soul Reaper's now here, feeling a bit more confident as he can sit in the fight with the heals. 2-man Lava Surge comes in into Eruption. It is going to go off. Lord Sulfuras trying to hold his ground. He will get the counter kill before dying on the Emerald Warden. But Devil Gang is holding their ground here, chasing forward for some kills on the Vindicator. 3-point strike sends Vindicator in the air. He is going to apple and stay alive. Here comes Bensington and Lodestone trying to hold the fight as they are going to bring down Lodestone with the demonic execution. Bubble is down, but there comes another Willowmaker, this time onto the Magnus, and Pearl now getting silent step. She will fall, and it is Soul Reaper, the last man standing for Devil Gang, and it is a 2-for-4 fight in favor of Blue Eyes.
Yeah, it's the first time they were 5 on Hellborn for the two, like initially at the start of the fight, but maybe a little bit too late. They had some setbacks to get the ball rolling with this Soul Reaper. I think they will get outscaled.
You think the who will outscale? Sorry?
Yeah, the Legion team will just take off from here, I think, unless they can find a good team fight. They still have the opportunity to smoke and just roll.
Emerald Warden maybe gonna fall here. She actually holds her ground and gets to safety. I wanted to get your take on the Dreamcatcher. I haven't really had time because there's so much action in this game, which I won't complain about that, as we've had 34 kills in 15 minutes. But you know, that's always fun. But Dreamcatcher on the Emerald Warden, you like that pickup?
It can go any utility, right? I don't mind it.
It got buffed, by the way, or changed, however you want to look at it. It's a lot cheaper now. It's 1900.
Oh, okay. They removed the B-Start component.
Yeah.
I'm still happy with just letting it be a soul trap, but I guess you can retain the offensive aspect of it.
Right, so the Soul Trap can only be used on allies now to heal them. It's not a offensive tool for damage output purposes. But now that he has the Dreamcatcher upgrade, he can use that either way he likes, with some more bonuses to it. Tower mid lane looks like they're going to glyph it up. I don't know if they want to defend this. They're kind of getting ready, though. Here comes an Eruption with the portal key from Magnus. Can they bring down the Sulfuras? This is the tanky target. The tower is still up, by the way. They haven't gotten what they came here for. And the bubble is down. Lodestone, who had just jumped in, is now exposed. He dies. It's a double tap coming out for Soul Reaper. And they did lose the Drunken Master as a Willowmaker was casted, so gotta think that had something to do with it. But it ends up being a better fight coming in from Devil Gang. 2-for-1. 2-for-1 fight there. They did end up losing the tower, not able to deny it in time.
If they keep playing like this, which is fine for now, but eventually they're gonna be a Bensington they need to worry about as well, which was not taking part of that fight at all, just farming.
So Bensington, the traditional Thunderclaw route, he's got 3,800 gold saved up. Okay, he beat me to it. He bought it. It's a Shrunken. So I was gonna ask, do you like the Shrunken pickup here, or would you have rather seen him go for like a greedier route, like a Hyper Crown or a Geometer's Bane? Do you think the Shrunken is the correct call here?
I think so. Gives him the option to join and not just immediately die to a trap or whatever Emerald Warden decides to throw out if he ultis, but
okay, yep. Oh, he pops the Shrunken here. That might have been a misclick. Maybe he went to hatchet the Ancients to stack them. Well, he's already using his brand new item. That's good to see.
Yeah, I mean,
but not in the way we would have liked to have seen it. That'll be on cooldown for 55 more seconds.
You have to test it out sometimes, you know. Maybe
just make sure the keys are working. You know, want to see yourself glow and shiny? Press that Shrunken. No, but clearly a misclick. It happens. Drunken Master's got the new item Psionic Hood. This will, I think, be the first time I am seeing this item. I might be wrong about that, but I'm pretty curious how this item will impact Drunken's performance. So he gets the bonuses from a Shaman's Headdress combined with like an upgraded effect of the Nihil Crystal, where he blocks or he retains 120 once he takes 120 spell damage. Oh, hold that thought. We have a team fight in the Hellborn jungle. Magnus going to be the first casualty. They're going to counter kill onto the Deadwood now. Shatterstorm trying to get in range. Book Silence coming out, gets him in range. Gets the Shatterstorm onto the Emerald Warden, who gets him dying as well. He's dying in the background. He will fall. And Soul Reaper holds his ground. is going to get to safety, but he's looking to go back in as Magnus in his buyback and does
no
get a
Shrunken
2-man
used.
stun. Here comes the ultimate being used, and there's the Shrunken from Benzington, but he's got to use it to run away. Sulfuras holding his ground. There's the Lance along, takes out the Magnus, so it is going to be an effective dieback. But will the team support be able to get some kills here as Drunken's pushing forward with Soul Reaper, unable to kind of get in range to try to chase them. Sulfuras with the Staff of the Master, man, he is tanky. Almost 2,000 life. And it looks like Blue Eyes will get out of there, suffering only 2 casualties, but they will get, I believe it was 4 kills plus a buyback when it's all said and done.
Yeah, not too shabby for Hellborn, but...
Oh boy, Drunken Master, Rotten Grasp comes in, no Willowmaker needed. But there's a Codex on the Lodestone. Alright. They got a lot of burst damage, man, between the Lodestone and the Deadwood.
10 charges on that Lex as well for Deadwood.
Yeah. Magnus, was he able to steal the rune there? No, double damage went to Lodestone. He's hiding in the steam bath. Looks like he'll be fine. What do you think about the Soul Reaper going for the Mock route? Then he goes Mock, Shamans, Void Talisman. And like just a follow-up to that, so what we're used to seeing from the international scene, I think, is more of the long lines of like Grimoire of Power, Gnomes, or Dawnbringer even. More of like the tankier route instead of going like a Mock. But do you think the Mock makes more sense in like a casual mode setting?
I mean, I'm thinking maybe he worries about the double windy ulti, and then we can't use abilities anyway. Maybe he will get be able to remove one of them, but I'm not too sure, honestly.
This is the Mock just kind of transition him more as like a also like a right-clicking threat because it gives him like actual damage as Deadwood finds Magnus with a fully charged Lex into a Willowmaker. Final chapter was also used to prevent any follow-up. Meanwhile, at the top lane, they are pressuring up at the racks. Force some TPs back.
Seems like it's going into a heart now.
Yeah, it looks like. I mean, that would make a lot of sense having the Mock, right? You just want to be sitting in the front lines, being able to apply pressure.
I was about to say now he needs to go for the Dawnbringer instead of Grimoire, just to get a little bit of HP from the Ice Brand, but this makes sense too.
Yeah, Heart would probably fill that role a little bit. We'll give him less mobility for sure, but maybe he'll pick up something later on to kind of remedy that. Vindicator, by the way, is getting really close to a Resto Stone. That's going to be huge for Blue Eyes. Benzington working towards his Geometer's Bane with a Firebrand picked up. Would say that looks quite normal. Deadwood could be in some trouble here. Magnus might have went a little too early, though. I'm a bit surprised he didn't wait for the team support. Just looking at the positioning from his team, they were not really ready to follow that up. So Sulfuras, what did he upgrade? It is going to be the Benzington. So he's got Staff given to him now, which gives him some extra range. He's currently up to 650 attack range. 4-second cooldown on the Lance Along, aka the Twig, as I like to call it. We got a fight going on in the bot river though. Lowstone, who jumped in, gets caught and just melts. Pearl Bubble, I think, causing issues there. Sandscepter catches the Vindicator, holding him in place. Emerald Warden trap. Vindicator's gonna fall. Magnus is going to fall to the Undying, but that I would say is not the target that Blue Eyes is looking to try to kill with that Sulfuras. So perhaps they overcommitted there a little bit. End up losing 2 for 1.
They can't really get much out of this though. No Kongor team really, so Benzington is pushing up top. But they would want to get this mid tower for sure, right? But there is spawning, so never mind.
Yeah, they're already alive. 10 seconds on the Vindicator. You can tell Benzington, he doesn't know where they are. He's playing very cautiously up in the top lane. Doesn't want to overextend and try to push too close to the base. Emerald Warden's got a Staff of the Master now. That is a great pickup from him. Who do you should he just give the bird to the Soul Reaper, or do you think the Drunken...
Yeah, he already did. He already did.
Oh, he already did? Okay. Yep, I see it there. It's a pterodactyl there from the dinosaur warden skin, like that. It's got a little pterodactyl flying him around, or following him around. Got the heart completed now, with 1,600 gold in his pocket. There was a kill on the Pearl, by the way. Deadwood now pursuing the Drunken Master with the help of Bensington, who's got the Shrunken Head. He will fall. Shrunken Head is about to wear off, though. As Salforus, though, he doesn't care. He's pushing forward. Is going to run into a trap, gets taken out of it. Magnus, though, is going to fall first, and Shatterstorm hits onto 2 with the Glyph Silence coming down. Warden in some trouble. One more hit needed for her. Bensington takes him out with the lance, or with the right clicks there, and Deadwood is going to survive. So it ends up being a full genocide in the end for Blue Eyes, and all of a sudden they're able to pressure the racks a bit here. Only Pearl alive. There are 3 buybacks available here, but they might just give up this racks and decide to hold on to all of them. You think that's the right call here? To save the buybacks?
Honestly, probably not, but maybe they just want to hold off here. Try to find the right team fight. I'm not sure what items they will be close to. The Void Talisman on Magnus instead. Drunken is going in a little bit different directions there. Both a Plate Mail and a Mighty Blade.
Yeah, perhaps he was going for Shrunken and then realized he's dying to the Deadwood. Maybe he wanted some armor first, or vice versa. But I don't know. I'm still trying to like gauge how good this psionic hood is, because it's the first time I'm seeing it. If this is really worth investing the 3,300 gold or not, it very well could be.
Honestly, on Drunken, probably it's fine. But he's dying anyway right now, so that's a problem. But it was probably because Pearl was already dead. But we'll see. Firebrand on Soul Reaper.
Okay. Yes, I mean, he's still having a pretty solid game, 680 gold per minute, but there's just a better GPM spread on Blue Eyes at the moment. Like, even the Vindicator's 400 has a portal key on top of his Restoration Stone now.
Do you go Geobane here, just to remove the silence, and you have a Mock as well?
On the Soul Reaper?
Yeah.
I would have to imagine, yeah. Because if he's not going to go a Shrunken Head or a Nullstone, I think it's got to be a Geobane. And that probably has like okay synergy with the Mock as well. You can give the little Mock effect over to the illusions for a little bit. So,
the birds as well, I guess.
yeah, yep, the Emerald Warden Bird. So yeah, I think the Purge from the Geobane makes sense here, being able to remove one of the silences. But, you know, eventually he'll have to get probably something else even. Maybe a Shrunken would be good. Salforus with a Behemoth's Heart, by the way. How in the world can they deal with this guy? They're going to have to get him into Soul Reaper ulti range, I guess, because I don't see another way they're going to... Like, with the supporting cast, I don't think they have the damage other than Soul Reaper's R button there to take out a tanky Salforus like this. Group smoke coming in. I don't know if Salforus spotted that. He's going to just break the smoke, so they were kind of ready.
This is what they want.
The rest of the team support is not here in range just yet. He is surviving for a very long time. Nightfall comes in.
Oh, he gets the ulti
from Vindicator, and he is still alive on the Salforus. It's a hat trick to start it off for Bensington. The counter eruption comes in from the Magnus. They will take out the Lodestone. They get something, but the damage has been done. It's a quad kill coming out for Jaraz on Blue Eyes, on the Bensington, and Deadwood hunting for the final kill. Can they get it? Willowmaker comes out, the exclamation point, an annihilation to finish off the team fight, and that will do it, Begrit. Blue Eyes takes game number 2 here, and they are cruising to start off this grand finals 2-0 over the winner bracket finalists here in Double Game.